Alright, so I'm going to be going over how I took this nice little short at AM Open today. There's no executions on the screen because it's the next day, but you can see here, Friday, June 5th, $540, one trade, being this short up here. So let's just get straight into it. Before I start, I just want to say if you have any extra questions about anything I said in this video or just any extra questions about trading in general, Discord link in bio, it's free. It's pretty active. There's a lot of people. We talk in there during market open and we talk the whole time. So if you want to kind of join somewhere to talk to people, yeah, join up that. So here we go. So coming in the day, what did I see? Alright, so what did NQ look like coming in the day? So previous day, what did we have? Well, we had price mitigate and sweep out this 4-hour intermediate low. And then we had price move higher. And then off of this move higher, we get a complete rejection back towards the downside. What does this mean? That means price rejects higher prices without sweeping out an important liquidity pool, meaning that we are still bearish and price wants to seek a lower spot of resistance. So coming into the day immediately just after I saw that, I was like, okay, well, what do we have down below? We have these obvious 4-hour swing lows right here that I'm looking to target coming in the day. To add on to my bearishness, overnight, we ended up creating this 4-hour imbalance. We ended up wicking it and respecting it. And to add on top of that, the 30-minute time frame has AMD structure. You can see right here that we accumulate, we open up this 4-hour imbalance, price manipulates into this 4-hour imbalance, giving us our manipulation, and then we're starting to distribute down. So structure-wise, if I'm going to be taking a short today, I'm going to be taking it with the distribution leg, just adding probability to my trade. So right, we have higher time frame accumulation, we manipulate, and then we'll be trading the distribution leg. So all I'm looking for is a retrace to continue short. All right. So, same thing on ES. Coming into the day, what do we have on the 4-hour? Well, we have ES also respect its 4-hour imbalance, but we get a little bit more external structure, right? Because ES respects this more premium 4-hour, nearly wicking CE of it. I'm going to say it respected CE because it held around that point pretty well. Overnight, we open up this 4-hour imbalance. We start moving down, and ES has a very clear target below, being the previous day low. This big wick that price is starting to disrespect bearish gaps and kind of move towards, right? So we have a good target on both indexes. All I'm looking to short is, but the question is, how do we get there, right? So how do we get there? That's when you have to zoom down to the lower time frames and just kind of see what structure is. So what do we have lower time frames? Well, go to the 30-minute. We have an hourly gap all the way up here in premium, and we have a discounted 30-minute gap. So my scenario was I wanted to see price hold this discounted 30-minute gap to prove that we actually are truly bearish to send us down lower. Because I don't really care if there's an unmitigated balance all the way up here, because if we're holding this more premium imbalance, this is my zone of rejection to seek price lower. Since we're already completing this higher time frame AMD model and we're in the distribution leg, if we're holding the more discounted gaps towards the downside, then that's pretty much it's a much better confluence than us returning all the way up 150 points. And then if we return 150 points, are we even bearish at that point? No, we're not, right? We're probably gonna rip all the way up and take this out, and then from open, that's like a 250 point move, and we're just not going to see any prices lower. We're just going to start accumulating again up here. So that's what I wanted to see coming into the day. We had a trail of low resistance liquidity leading towards this 30-minute gap. Originally coming in the day, I was looking just to target this 30-minute gap, but if I play out open, I didn't get an entry to it, and we just ripped straight to it. Same story on ES. We had the 30-minute gap. ES takes out these equal lows right here, and then we start displacing towards the 30-minute gap on ES. If I just play this out like this. So right here is when I started thinking of a short idea. And I just wanted to talk about this data high right here because a lot of people faded out this 2-minute inversion that ends up happening because of this data high above. But my thought process was if we hold this more if we hold this more discounted 30-minute gap and we disrespect this entire opening range leg, then that's just confirming my bearishness until at least the 9:30 wick, right? Because say we hold this 30-minute and we flip this 2-minute imbalance, our next target logically would be this 9:30 wick where I go break even and then I just run a 1-to-1 to see if I'm correct, and if if I'm just correct in my narrative to see price lower. So what happens next? Well, ES edges the 30-minute, so I wait a bit. ES ends up mitigating the 30-minute gap. We put in a bearish SMT right here with the AM high, and then we end up getting a 2-minute inversion on the 2-minute time frame like this. So let me just mark this out. boom, 2 minute gap, and we end up getting a pretty decent inversion on it actually. A lot of people didn't like this rejection wick, but I didn't really mind it because if you look at the 1 minute time frame, like we just disrespected this entire bullish opening range, and that was my exact idea, right? So pretty much my mindset at this point was like, okay, 9:30 wick is pretty much a lock, and I don't really see price coming all the way back to my stop loss, and I'm willing to put some risk on this idea. So this is where I ended up entering right here. I ended up entering my short position. I ran my stop at the body because if price, I don't really care. I'm not going to risk like the extra like 5, 6 points just because I put it at the swing high. Like if price comes all the way back up there, the trade's just done and I'm wrong. All right, so this is where I entered, and you can see it plays out perfectly. I went break even at the 9:30 wick, and then I wasn't really concerned about any break evens because we closed really strongly on the 1 minute below it. We closed this body right here, and then I was not concerned at all after that. So great trade. Again, join the Discord if you want to learn more. If you just want to share your ideas and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, amazing trade. Very proud of myself today.